Hi, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about determining a budget along the journey of a marketing plan. As you can see on the screen, we've identified a goal, conducted the marketing audit, researched and reviewed our organization, the competition, and the community, identified our audience and how we're going to speak to them, and now we're going to talk about what we want to invest in. Before you can decide what specific marketing strategies you want to implement to achieve your goals, you need to examine your financial information and come up with a marketing budget. Marketing budgets vary by the type of business, the age of the business, and whether any marketing has done before. There's never really a clear standard for how much you should spend. However, in my experience in the past, I would recommend to spend 5% on marketing. So if you have a $100 product and you make a sale, take 5% of that money and put that into a marketing budget. So look at your monthly or your annual or your per sale percent and plan on utilizing that for marketing. If you're new in a highly competitive market or never have been marketed before, or maybe there's an ambitious new program or service that you want to roll out, plan on increasing that to maybe even 10% because you have to work that much harder on a beginning marketing plan. Initial activities can be pretty pricey. For example, a $5,000 corporate image package is pretty standard if you're working with a professional, or $10,000 if you add brochures and other marketing pieces. Some of the best marketing activities cost practically nothing. For example, if you plan to build a referral network or meeting with people or going to community events, those are typically free to attend. If you want to plan peer-to-peer referral, it may only cost you the expense of the incentive. Either way, they're all worthwhile and will help you build a positive image of your brand. So we start to look at categories here. This is an example that I pulled off the internet that was just a basic marketing budget plan. The personnel. So we talked in the beginning about things that you would invest in. If you don't have the staff or you plan on going to a market and you also have to have a store open, that's twice the expense. So obviously personnel is part of the marketing, because they need to be there. If you're doing research, you could do basic research. You could just do surveys. You could ask people's opinion while they come in. Maybe you add that to the cash register and you ask them for their email or other basic information. Or perhaps there's an online survey. Those could be free, or you could have a professional and you could pay upwards to $10,000 or more. But knowing what your budget and what your goals are is going to help you determine how in depth you get to go with those steps. Then there's communications, and that could be branding, advertising, websites, direct marketing, internet marketing, collateral pieces, anything that's going to be printed for you, press release, public relations, or analyst relations, and events. So each one of those, and this one is broken down by 6 months and how much you plan to use for those 6 months. But I encourage you to create a spreadsheet that goes along with your goal. We set a goal, we had a specific number and a time-bound constraint. So if you look at your budget and you know that it's going to be in the 6-month range, this would work for you and how you plan on having that spread out over the 6 months. If it's going to be longer or shorter, then I encourage you to break that down into that timeline as well as the categories. So let's take a look and write down our budget. So if we're going to have paid marketing, it's important to know where those big expenses are going to be. If you don't have a formal plan, this is where I would like for you to start. So expense number 1 may just be the fact that you need a website built. Expense number 2 could be paid advertising to advertise a particular event or product launch. And then expense number 3 might be freebies that you give away with your name printed on them, like marketing materials. So where are you spending your money? And then last, I want you to think about the free opportunities that are going to help you get your name out and enhance that paid budget. Perhaps there's some networking that you could do, maybe press releases, blog articles, partnering with other businesses. And in the case of John, in our persona video, John likes email only. So investing in the email marketing software, but utilizing the email to nurture that relationship is free. And maybe there's referral programs that you don't necessarily have an expense, but maybe you could offer a discount on the next one. So write these things down. Think about how they worked with your audit in the past, steps that you can do to improve them, and then start to look at the budget to make sure that you can afford to do them. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.